scent. Unmistakable.
It's a great chest! Open it!
Bloodied and sad, a severed head sits on its stick. Its eyes snap open and dart from you to the nearest noxious bulb.
Open the chest there! Go on! You know you want to. Open the chest! There's loot in it! Open the chest! Good things occur! No lie! Very good things! Just open the chest! Stuff! There's stuff in the chest! Good stuff! Open the chest and find out, why don't you?
Impatience flashes in his eyes and is gone.
Stuff! You know, good stuff! Loot and that! Go on then, see if I care. Go on! Open the chest! They lost!
A severed head sits rotting on a stick. The last vestige of an ear juts from above its too prominent jawline. A fly, its eyes open. It looks at you. When it speaks, it struggles to move its impaled jaw.
I don't know who you are. Hear this. Don't open the chest. Don't open the chest. Whatever you do, don't open the... Don't listen to him. He's crazy. He wants to die. He does. Oh, help you, I could. He'll kill us all. Don't open the chest.
It's a great chest!
Sales story. Usual story. Ain't this state again a good and rotten worker? I was a professional. Lost I head for it. Oh, as it turned out, lost I oddy. We were A's elders. We held A'ses. We constructed labyrinths. Ragus Rex himself said the one with the gargoyles was the best A's ever. Right before we cut off our heads. Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't. Ask the A's elder doesn't give away the king's secrets. I lit a seal. I'll say nothing against wine. True. And you, civilized cousins survived the howly Ludolf. Asaka, slaughter! We are Ulster A's elders. We construct the finest labyrinths. We did not give away our secret.
The head closes its eyes. The conversation...
You don't know the chest. All right, things are like exploding things. We all look the same to you, do we? One head's as good as another, is it? Oh, that's just love. No, don't hate things worse. Don't own the chest. If you own the chest, add things like... Not nice things. Add things. You know, owls, loves, the flora all around us, I to say.
The head's eyes widen in horror.
You wouldn't kill perfectly innocent heads like us just to see what's in a chest, would you? Oh, there's no honour at all. None at all.
The head closes its eyes. The conversation...
No bad things happen if you open the chest. I swear! Get lost! Don't open the chest. under the chest. That's the one from the chest.
Voidwoken, we meet again.
More of them. These beasts are damn persistent.
Vermin. Feeble pests. This world is ours. Fall, die, pass away. Your essence, you will not be spared. Your time is up.
They can keep calling us vermin, but we'll just keep putting them down.
None.
Wash the vermin. Hang the thief. Ours. Ours. You are ours. We are the many and the all. We are the beginning and the end. We will return.
The corpses of voidlings lie in heaps around you, a miasma of cursed fluid pooling at your feet.
Those filthy beasts were like rats. A swarm most vile, but...
We can't get caught up in another battle like that. They're only getting worse.
They came wave after wave after wave. Relentless. Jolly...
them come for you, Silver Claw. Come to rip your fur from your wretched bones. Come to...
Prepare yourself.
Lucky find. What strange witchery is this?
Oh, look at you. Tell me, do you always slink around with the air of a child caught drawing naughty pictures in church? What are you so afraid of, lad? Daddy's Becca? Oh, I really don't feel like chatting now. Why don't you go home to your wife and kids? Maybe follow your grease trail back here another day. Give them my regards. Ha! You're cute when you think anyone should take you seriously. Give them my regards. You're embarrassing yourself. Oh, please, go away. You're sadder than one of the... Ha! Here today, gone tomorrow.
An illusion.
Life's a dream.
This fellow must be quite proud of himself. Careful now. That's a trap. Look out. I see a trap nearby.
Up on the ledge before you, a lone lizard woman overlooks the marshes. Her stare is as sharp as the bolt eyeing you from atop her crossbow.
Stand back and keep your hands off your weapons. Convince me you're no Magister, or draw one last deep breath.
You detect a sliver of a smile as she relaxes her martial pose.
You're right. I suppose you don't look like a Magister. Besides, those dogs wouldn't have dared to call me out like that. I apologize for the steel-tipped welcome, but lives are at stake. Hold on, I'll let you up.
With one graceful motion, the lizard throws down a tangled mess of vines for you to
Come, ascend to the sanctuary of Amadia. You'll find you're not the only guest here, but the Great Mother provides for all.
The Red Prince interrupts as you're about to speak.
This woman is a dreamer. I can see the answers spinning in her eyes. Do rest your legs for a bit while I question her. You're too kind.
Red Prince and the Dreamer exchange courteous pleasantries, as if they're finding themselves in a palace hall instead of a death-ridden swamp. To your surprise, they next lie down on the ground in a seemingly warm embrace and fall asleep. What follows, though, is far from peaceful. They claw and thrash as if struggling for dear life, caught in the hold of some hideous nightmare. Then they wake, haggard, exhausted. They speak of a vision, Bramos, and another red lizard.
Praise the daylight. I am now. There was death in that dream, chasing me like 100 hungry lions. But at least I've new directions. When we escape and find ourselves on the mainland once more, I must search for Bramos the Wanderer. Then I will finally know the truth, the very secret of my soul.
The proud man has returned, but yours is the pride, is it not? All in this sanctuary rejoice to have Sir Gareth back, but yours is the glory. Good. You did well. These Seekers were blind without their leader, but you returned their one-eyed king. He is a good man. He will try to do well. But you, I think, will be the one to make the true difference. It is the laboratory of a lunatic. A place removed from mercy and sanity where mad Brachus Rex would experiment to his dark heart's content. There are ruins in the marshes, stonework vultures that perch above the king's long-buried treasure. But his is not a treasure of gold, ruby, and sapphire. It is a treasure of death, weapons, and vile magic. The nights here are long and lonely, but I often listen to my mistress Gratiana speak of days long gone, the heydays of Brachus Rex. Perhaps she will tell you her tales as well. Haunted quagmires is what they are, and what is mired in them is madness. Brachus Rex, he went too far. Source was never meant to be harnessed in weaponry. May Amadia curse his soul for turning creation into destruction. My name is Bahara. Like you, I am a sorcerer. But unlike you, I am also a faithful servant of Amadia. Praised be her name, and praised be her starlit eyes. Your chant has no meaning, for you know not of whom you speak. So let us sweep away such ill-starred ignorance, and allow me to enlighten you. Amadia is the Great Mother. She is the goddess in whose womb magic was conceived, from whose sacred body immortal wizards. Gratiana, her priestess in this sanctuary, is teaching me her ways. For several years now, I've been her disciple, but she has resided here for centuries, sustained by Amadia's love. I am forbidden to leave my watch, and there is no need for formality. Gratiana will receive you as you are. You'll soon find her. She never strays far from the statue of our goddess. The guests, they call themselves Seekers. They're brave people, and friends to sorcerers. But you'll find them a battered band here today, brought low by bloody battle. Magisters, of course. Who else? The Seekers came here to rescue a sorcerer from the fort. They failed. Many fell. They've heard the Shrieker's shriek. I thank the goddess I'm not haunted by their sound. To know one's fate is to be fearless. I reside in Amadia's palm. I am hers to shield or hers to crush, and in that knowledge, I am content. Have you never heard of them? From the tales they tell of Brachus Rex, they were living weapons, made of flesh and reared in torture. The pain they endured was so terrible, their screams turned to... Turns out the tales are true. The Magisters dug deep and returned these horrors to the surface. They knew him to be God-woken. They sought to kindle the divinity slumbering deep within his soul. But Alexander bears no rivals. Only the son can follow the father, or so he is convinced. For him, divinity. For the others, the dungeons. It is truly harrowing to know this man seeks to be the Seven's chosen. As you wish. My knowledge is but a pond. Gratiana's is the sea.
What a pleasant little nest. A nice spot to pass the time, waiting for the end.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Garrett's back. He's here to take us home.
Glad you're with us, Leia.
You were missed.
I told you, lass. We had home in no time.
The young man fidgets with his armor and half-sword excitedly. He sees you approach.
I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame. Did you see? Gareth's back.
It's peaceful here,
He's here to take
but
us
I'll not
home.
be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
I pray in your name.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Blessed Allah, grant these soldiers your protection.
Was it you who saved Sir Gareth from the Magisters?
Gareth's back.
Seven praise you, stranger. You don't know what it was like for us here. We all thought we were going to die. Now, with Sir Gareth back to lead us, and if I know him, he must have found those source weapons, we might actually have a chance at surviving this.
The young man has abandoned the maps and now prepares his...
Thank you for finding Gareth, stranger. I owe you. We all do. I just hope he's found what we need to get past the Magisters.
No time.
Now, with Sir Gareth back to lead us, and if I...
Take heart, Leia. You're stronger than you know.
Thank you, Gareth. We can't wait to go home. Blessed Allah, grant these soldiers your protection.
Take heart, Leia. You're stronger than you know.
I pray you will strengthen their spells. Thank you, Gareth. Their blades aflame. We can't wait to go home. I pray you will bless their armor, so no curse. Did you see? Gareth's back. I pray you. He's here to take us home.
I told you last.
Welcome, my friend. Enjoy the quiet while it lasts. I know you seek answers. I'll tell you what I can. We'd just landed on shore. Minutes later, Dallas sailed in on the Lady Vengeance, screaming like a banshee. We had no hope. Most of us were dead in the blink of an eye. She had horrors at her side. Shriekers, they call them. They still protect the harbor, firing pure death at anything that catches their eyes. The Lady Vengeance is still anchored there too. Lucian, save us from whatever plot Dallas is concocting on it. Well, I had a plan. Gratiana told me of weapons that could counter these shriekers. Purging ones that steal source from its host. I went to that armory looking for one of these wands, but Alexander's bootlickers stumbled in first. I found nothing but dust and blood. We've got to find a way to silence those shriekers. If we do that, the Lady Vengeance is ours. Freedom is ours. You do? But that's incredible! I can only imagine what ghoul-ridden depths you braved to find one. I had no doubt. You bring me hope, sorcerer. I'll gather the other seekers and travel to shore. Meet us there as soon as you can.
Gareth's voice echoes throughout the Enclave with such command, it could rouse a fawn to action.
We move, seekers. Now is the time to resist. The Lady Vengeance will be ours!
The others have gone to get us a ship out of here. Hurry on, they'll need you.
Amidst the placid little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become...
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
A feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels like your heart merges with the spirits, torn together by a coil of thorns.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me and bathe in the tears of Amadia.
Your tears mingle with those of the goddess down in the tranquil crystalline pond. As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond now shines with an inner light, and standing in its waters, you feel rejuvenated, pure, as if born anew. The goddess's tears still stream freely, but an aura...
always walk in wisdom's wake. May you always walk in wisdom's wake. The flower-strewn path.
It was madness! Big fire boom, lightning crash! One moment, sun! The next, I feel darkness inside me, then noise! So much noise! Clank, moan, clink, groan! I hid in a stump. I'm not a stupid squirrel. I have much stowed away for hard times. But I saw them! I saw the shinies! Shinies! Darkness left, then light again. Warm. Saw glints in sand and dirt. Can't go there now. Salamanders. They like the meat. I don't want to be meat. Yay! Okay. I hope you find shinies. They make happy.
Boring. Like nobody's home. Clever.
Didn't I tell you to leave? Wasn't I clear that you're not welcome here? You can't teach a fool anything.
Meet the Reaper for me.
Poor idiot. What a fool you are. In what world? Poor idiot.
It's a riddle, isn't it? A conundrum. What's it you'll have to solve? I thought you looked clueless, all right? Thing is, it's about the letters, isn't it? One for each thing. Yeah, sure. Hope you don't die. Well, it takes one to know one, mate. Well, nice to meet you too.
Locked.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
You come to find, you come to search, but you won't find the way. A pity. Brachus has willed it. Trompdoi must abide. You have met the unfortunate guardian of this vault. Fate has been unkind to Trompdoi, and so has Brachus Rex. Do you wish to move forward? Listen closely and make your attempt. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Some even call him a cur. A cur is... either you're very good at guessing, or the slightest bit clever. Let's find... Listen closely, and make your attempt. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight, a hex, a curse. And yet, the cure is... Perhaps you're not totally incapable after all. Or maybe Trompdoi told you the answers, is that it? Is he hoping you'll... It doesn't matter in any case. The path is open. Go freely. I know little, but you have proven yourself a knowing traveler. I will answer what I can. Brachus Rex discovered the way. This he researched here, upon this isle. He could remove the source from any creature or individual. I saw the stars he used myself. They were most. Brachus Rex has charged him, tried him, convicted and punished him. I know not the crime, but he has been sentenced to remain in this vault for all time, and to prevent others from entering. Trompdoi was, and is, a creative man. He knew petty magic in his day. But this he has used to carve this place out from a simple vault. Myself.
yourself.
Glory is mine.
Glory is mine!
Show yourself!
You won't know what hit you.
As you pick up the ring, you feel a cold, dark pain shoot up your arm. Your mind itches. You don't hear, but feel a whisper in your ear. It tells you to slip the ring onto your finger.
That's plenty.
This jar glitters and glows.
Good find.
I'm sorry.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brackus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there, and I can't leave without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die. I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to... His favor was... intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, as soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But the vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Brachus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret? Or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Nice.
A soul jar rests between two fallen columns, emanating a faint odor of seaweed and timber. When you touch the glass, your vision wavers. You emerge on the prow of a fine ship. Your armor pulses with enchantment. Your flag flies for Brachus Rex, a tyrant who traded for your soul. With his power, your flesh and blood is no longer. The vision fades as the soul thrashes, trying to sever your connection. To be soulless is a horrible, empty fate. You seek out Brachus's vault, but the moment you reach the soul jar, he ensnares you. Thus imprisoned, you can only dream about what is out of reach. Your soul and that alluring armor. The vision shatters as the soul squirms away from you, curling up in the bottom of the jar. The soul jar pulses with trapped life force.
Good find.
This jar glitters and glows. From within, you think you can make out the distant sound of laughter. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking as all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavish. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before as she's dragged away to a tower. You hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming. You can feel the dwarf's cold terror still twisting in your gut.
Lucky find.
The vision fades.
She must have been acting against Brachus Rex for him to have come for her like that.
Keeping the dead as slaves? What a disgusting display. She deserved every punishment she got.
Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any necromancer deserves.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. From you see, or rather, you feel, a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air, pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms you can feel a weight. A body. Your vision swims. You're older, but perhaps not wiser. You march at the head of a shambling host, the enemies of Brachus Rex melting before you. The scene twists again. Now Brachus stands before you, a beautiful woman at his side. You lash out in treasonous rage, but cold arms bind you. You're sealed away in a tower. Your screams fill the darkness. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to calm your ragged breathing.
Lucky find.
The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
They may have been a necromancer, but they did not feel evil.
Anyone who marches at the head of an undead host deserves whatever punishment they get.
One must wonder how many more lives they took, how much more misery the scum caused.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand, but you're sure you just... The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, cast as you roam. The human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brackus, he promises power, for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
Nice.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or... The deity's head and hands are missing. The deity's head and hands are missing.